Mommy,
We love to talk.
don't forget the shine. There's the shine. This the.
We love to talk.
Oh my God! Why isn't it playing?
This
There's only one
the.
place to learn the latest.
Thank you.
There's only one place to hear the greatest. There's only one place for your information. It's the All Good Podcast. All Good Podcast. Podcast. It's the no other hosts like me. Come check it out. You'll see.
Hi!
You did it. You did it.
Oh my
did it.
God. I was talking like when that thing was up and I was like, can people hear me? I have no idea.
They absolutely can.
We
They
can.
could? I was like,
can.
oh my
You
God.
did.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry to the 23 people, 24, 23 people who are watching. I forgot to tech that part for myself. I was like, oh, I can put the banner up. I know what I'm doing. No, and then my playlist just kept playing the wrong song. Anyway, I'm Kim Exum.
I think that's the I am.
I'm Jason VC.
Yeah, you are.
So as you guys can see, Drew is not in the building.
Not.
As you can see and hear, Drew ain't here.
He ain't here. He ain't here.
Oh my
He
God,
ain't
that
here.
was so stressful. Like I really needed a rehearsal, and I messed up immediately. Like off the bat, I messed up.
Did you feel like you were in an episode of 24? Just like the bomb's about to go off.
That's literally what it was. Like I was just like, oh my God. Like I don't know if y'all could see because I can see y'all. Can you?
We could just see I could just see like this part, like above like your eyebrows and
Because the
below
words will
your
be your
mouth.
face.
Yeah, so we could
Right.
just. Yeah.
I was unsure on how to play the song with me not in the image. I was like, I can't tell if they're gonna hear the song or what. So I was like, let me just put myself there, play the song, try to play it, and then it's like my thing wasn't working.
Mommy, I would play with that shine.
I know you.
Oh,
Wanna play. So anyway, how was y'all week?
I would play with the shine.
How was your week, Jason?
My week was good. What did I do? I did a Q&A situation at my alma mater, which was great, and
Where's your alma mater?
University of Northern Colorado. With the the color children, the children of color.
Yes. And how are they
Uh,
feeling about the world these days?
I think that they're feeling fantastic. I got love for the kids in school. I did tell them, I was just like, I love their fire and their ability to collectively call things out and ask questions, but they are all awful at advocating for themselves individually.
Sure. Sure.
I was like,
Yeah.
y'all need some more meet me at the flagpole after school energy. That's what y'all need. But they're great. They're great.
Yeah.
They're so inspiring and they're awesome.
Oh shit! So Jason, hey Cece.
I think this is going to be the greatest love affair ever told. I think that this is the beginning. Cece and Kim are going to be the greatest love affair ever to announce. Happy Valentine's Day.
What I didn't do this last weekend was almost get canceled. Like,
Oh my God.
Oh God.
CC.
But Jason,
Where's my last time?
Jason, tell the people who you are and what you do.
My name is Jason VC. I am a actor, singer sometimes, and writer. I'm gonna claim that, say that.
It's time.
Definitely, I've tried it. And I'm currently in Colorado Springs, Colorado, which is where my parents live, and I've been here since the pandemic.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I'm just here, friend of Kim, friend of Ngozi, and
For a long time.
I don't know, look at my, I don't know, VCville is my handle. Find something else. I don't know.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
How's your
Kim,
week?
my week, what did I do? I am getting ready to move to New York.
Mhm.
So this week was a lot of like, oh, I gotta change some shit. I gotta call my reps. I gotta dot my P's and Q's. I gotta, warn my mother because she's had me here since October.
Okay.
So it's like a whole like, so mom, I got that thing and I'm gonna be going, so you got, and she's not, so it's like she's like pretending to listen, but she's like, oh, okay, yeah, so you'll be here every weekend. Nigga, did you just hear? I'm out.
This means you're gonna see her less.
Yes, exactly. Which means I have to like warn her that I'm gonna not be in Pennsylvania, but I don't think she goes, oh, it's so nice. And then I'm like, when I get on the train with my bags, it'll be like triggering back like when I was 21. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm moving to New York, mom. And she's like, okay. And then she was like, when are you coming back? Like, no, mom, I live here now. So I'm gonna re-trigger her all from like 18 years ago.
Are you the only one home right now?
No, my brother's home with his kid, but he works a lot. Like he has an overnight shift and stuff like that. So he moved back into the house actually shortly before quarantine. Okay. So he's he still has that. And my older sister does live around the corner.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like she doesn't have other kids. I just feel like she likes me. So I think she'll, and also I'm the one who's never around. So it's also like she's had like the ghost / phantom just here chilling all the time, and she likes us a lot, which is nice. She's a mommy who's like, if you could all just, and we're African, so it's like if you could all just live in the house forever, she'd be happy.
Yeah,
she'd be so happy.
Yeah, I think my parents have definitely enjoyed me being here because it's been a while since I've been here this long. I do foresee and feel an expiration date or an inquiry of when that is going to be coming from them soon. Like I feel
when they're going to be like, so you've been here. What are your plans?
What is the game? What's the game plan?
My parents would never ask that ever. They would just be like, even if I had to leave to go do a job, when are you coming back? Like it's just not. It's the
I think my parents are. I think come late spring.
Okay, they're going to be like, so it looks like it's clearing up. Can you clear up?
Mm-hmm. Seeing as how
can you get the fuck out?
There's no employment in addition to you being here, and Jamaicans are quick to be like,
oh, to get a job. Oh, I didn't know your parents were Jamaican. Okay, yeah. They're like, they need you to be paying rent, actually. I'm like, oh, there's a pandemic? Have you gotten one of the pandemic jobs? That's what those are the Jamaicans.
It's been a year. It's been a year.
Like, but I've heard these jobs where they're actually just like swapping people. You should do that. You can act like you do that.
There just ends up being like every day when I walk out of my bedroom, there's just like a diploma, which represents something that they paid for. So then the next thing, just like, hey, remember that time we sent you on that trip? That thing that we paid for to get you where you're at? Where's that?
Deep.
Yeah.
Deep. Yeah. How was your week, Kim?
It was fine. I don't even know. Like there's been another request. Okay, I'll be right there. It's been this. This is how my week has been.
Sure.
But it's been a good week. We had a good day. We went and made some slime at the Slumu Institute. And so that's what we're obsessed with right now, which is pretty cool. It was fun. She had a really good time. But my week has just been momming, and that's it for real. Yeah. I got some auditions towards the end of the week, but they're not due until next week. Is there anything else? I'm missing something.
I feel like I am too. Truly.
Did someone
don't know what
die
it
this
is.
week? Like, what happened?
So,
I don't know. Doesn't it feel like something? I feel like I'm missing something.
Miss Wilson passed, but that was 2 weeks ago.
That was 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Maybe
Plummer passed, and that was also 2 weeks ago.
I know like the whole like the impeachment trials happened, but I was kind of like, okay.
Oh, that is happening. I have been kind of.
Oh no, that came and happened.
It happened.
It
It's done.
happened. He was acquitted again.
It's done.
He was acquitted
again. Yeah, with it's like
Okay.
yeah, it was just it was background in an African household because of CNN. So
Yeah,
Just-
yeah. It was super quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing, but maybe it'll
yeah,
come
I
up in
feel
Hot
like
Topics.
I can't
you know
tell if
what
you
I
guys are
did?
really missing something or are you being shady and funny.
No, I'm
No.
You actually don't know. Okay, cool. Because like it feels like, and this is what we were missing. I'm like, am I in on the joke?
I booked that for Colored Girls on Clubhouse.
Yes, Clubhouse auditions.
The process was strenuous. It was like a month long. It really was though. I feel like I went in for that. I feel like I spoke for that role a while ago. And I went in with my original, my original audition, which I read. I think I did like I can't remember whose color it was, but the one where she's like, we was just regular colored folks with hints of Puerto Rican. That one when she's talking about Willie Colon ain't gonna be here tonight and all my nigga temper came out, that piece. And then I think I did, then for my callback, I did graduation night. And then for my final,
how many auditions are they having people do on Clubhouse? 3.
Oh wait,
Awesome.
is this my internet?
It might.
I don't know with other people's processes. I had 3. Am I delayed?
You're getting delayed. Yeah.
Fuck.
Are you on that 5G?
Is my
Maybe she's not on the 5G.
I do want to say while she's delayed that she did say that she. Okay, I do want to say that she made a statement, and this is actually my fault as my Libra spy sense was going off, and she was saying that she didn't need Darius, and I was like, do we want to really do that? Do you really want to be cocky like that? And it was my fault for not enacting my full like. But I was like, if she feels good, she feels good.
No,
but
Darius has the link, but he was running late. So he wasn't, that's not shade. He had another meeting and he was running behind and I didn't want him to worry. So I was like, I think I can handle it. Like whatever. I don't know what's going on my internet. I'm on the 5G. Can someone check the retrograde? What's going on? But anyway, for my last piece, I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe not in this house. Maybe it hasn't. Mercury didn't. Anyway, but yeah, I did a piece of the Bo Willie Brown poem because I have a lot of audacity on Clubhouse, and it was good.
I mean, a Clubhouse has a lot of audacity. Asking you to do 3 auditions.
I mean,
so
nobody.
enough audacity
It
to go
is
around.
directed. It's directed by Gina Belafonte, which is who is Harry Belafonte's daughter. So it's got like some cool
Sister
little
to
roots
Sherry.
happening there. Sister to Sherry. But yeah, but everybody was doing, the obvious. I knew that nobody wanted to touch the Bo Willie Brown poem because no one wants to touch that poem. It's the hardest poem in the show. And it's usually done by like an older actress, but I'm like, I'm on fucking Clubhouse. I'm going to try and do this poem. And I hope I get this poem because I'm wrong for this as far as out, like for my body, like for my physical with my type, I'm wrong for this piece.
Right.
But for Clubhouse, I can be everything you want me to be and more. So anyway, so that's that. That is.
You don't like crying. You don't like crying and shit though.
In my week. I don't, but you don't have to really cry.
That's true.
It's Clubhouse. I can pretend to cry. I mean,
I have a
don't
question
have to
about
cry. You can be in such a state of shock.
I have a question about these Clubhouse auditions, like I do every week. I said I have a question about these Clubhouse auditions, like I do every week. So my question this week is, sorry, so many questions. I'll keep it one. So my question this week is, do they like email you? Let you know you have callbacks? Do you like exchange information, or is it just like they hope that you come back for the callbacks? You You know what I mean? Like, how do you? Is there an exchange of information? She's frozen right now, so eventually she'll come back to us.
Is it like honor? Is it like an honor system?
Right? Isn't an honor? Does anyone know? Is it an honor system when you get called back? Like, or is it like we're in a pandemic? You ain't got shit to do, so of course you'll be back for these callbacks.
Also, I wonder, like, can you?
Is there pay? John Andrew Morrison, I don't think there is. Please feel free to refute us unless the people are getting cash apped. When is Homecoming Queen coming to Clubhouse? Troy Anthony, how dare you? How dare you?
The question is, who has the rights? Who has the rights? Where do these rights come from?
Ngozi has the rights. But Troy Anthony, if I go on Clubhouse and you're doing a fucking Homecoming Queen Clubhouse, I will shut that shit the fuck down. No, I won't. Let everybody live their lives. But I still, I think they tell people to put their email in the profile. Thank you, L. Morgan Lee. So maybe because I do want to know, like, are people networking? Are people getting opportunities from this? Because I'm like, I mean, it's all fun and good. Don't get me wrong. I'm like, I don't know why we're doing 3 callback sessions, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, well, this might still be a really cool way for, like, you know, you to meet, like, Harry Belafonte's daughter and, like, be in contact with her. Should she, like, go and do something in the professional world? So I just want to know, Cece, if you want to direct Homecoming Queen, this is me giving you permission.
On Clubhouse?
I want them to have the Cece wants to do it. Cece was like, I'm like, Cece, you live by different rules. And so let's see what the girls have. I still need those Nigerian accents, though. I want the Nigerian accents. No one is paying royalties or rights. I know this is the thing that I'm like, eventually they're gonna get shut down for this, yes? It's
actually making me quite nervous now. Particularly when it's known, or when things come out, when there is maybe some money being made or whatever. Like, I'm surprised that, because, you know, Equity, they got a strong sense of smell, and I'm surprised that Equity hasn't been like, what y'all doing up in here?
Well, I just feel like they're still figuring out their like stuff with Zoom and SAG, and you know what I mean? And I feel like SAG kind of beat them up a little bit, you know, with the rules for, like, the Zoom readings and stuff like that. So it is that thing where it's like, if everybody wants to volunteer their time, they can volunteer their time. I am super curious about, like, sharing people's writing, if it's not the writer themselves sharing it.
Right.
And if it's not like a super old dead play, right? Where they're like, you know what I mean? That's the stuff where I'm like, but I do like the idea of people getting to hear work and getting to hear work in a different way, you know?
I've thought about this. I think I could understand someone's enthusiasm on Clubhouse, wanting it to be a platform to do a reading of a play that has yet to be produced. Like, maybe something from one of the lists and being like, I really like this play, but I want to do, and without even thinking of even contacting the playwright or whatever, but because it hasn't been produced, in the rights, it'd be very easy for them to just be like, there's this great play that I love, that I have read, and, you know, and next thing you know, this work is getting exposed, but the writer is not been informed, paid, nothing's been discussed with them, you know? Yeah,
so that's the part that feels like, so like when they're doing like old playwrights or old dead players just to like share their work, I'm really into that.
Yeah.
But I am like, well, now we're doing like productions, we're doing full out, you know, 4 Dreamgirls cast and Lion King cast, and I'm just kind of like, okay, but like, you know, but I'm also like, it's not my business. It's not my show. It's not my business.
The Lion King one is what's tripping me out, because as a Lion King alum, I'm just kind of like, where Disney hasn't hit y'all in the kneecaps yet.
Like, I remember when someone wanted to do a reading of Joe Turner's Come and Gone on Zoom.
Yeah.
And they got Jeffrey Page, and he got shut down for announcing that he was doing a reading of Joe Turner's Come and Gone on Zoom by like HBO or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm not to say that, and I don't think that was fair, because I'm like, niggas, a reading on Zoom, like, let's relax.
Right.
But so yeah, that's what. But again, like, Disney has bigger fish to fry. They're busy making money, and you know.
I have never.
So, but they'll come. But I do believe they'll come eventually. Like, eventually, it's gonna be like, all right, y'all have done the most.
I only know Disney. It doesn't matter what size the fish, Disney will fry it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's a minnow. Sounds
oh, it's a goldfish.
Fry it.
Well, they'll be making billions and trillions of dollars and be like, wait, that's still our 50 cents. Come here. I don't know
Listen.
anything but.
That's why Disney is Disney. That's why they're Disney. You got to come for these people, or else they will take your shit.
Disney is the biggest gangster on the planet.
Yeah, but Kim, before you got thrown off, my question for you was, with the callbacks and what have you for Color Girls, is there any information exchange? Like, do you have anyone's email, or like, how do they know that you'll like be back and like all that type of stuff?
Okay, so for the initial thing, it was just like an open call, and then they called you back. She kept saying like, make sure your contact is in your bio, so just your Instagram. So she was like, I'll be DMing you to tell you got a call back. So she DM'd via Instagram. Then for the final whatever, she DM'd again via Instagram, and then for the actual like, if you booked it, she just sent a thing saying congratulations, and then like, give me your email so that I can email you the Zoom where we're gonna be like rehearsing or whatever. So I have rehearsal on Tuesday. I was about to put Tuesday, but it's an actual day. I have rehearsal on Tuesday, and I think they're meeting. I think they said Tuesday and something, but it's gonna be for Women's Day in March, which is kind of cool. But yeah, like this is the only one that I probably would ever have interest in, because this is like the most meaningful show to me, and I feel like I was cheated because I was never asked to come in for Color Girls that was at the Public, which I heard wasn't really that awesome, and. You know, and I'm just saying what I heard. I don't know. I didn't see it because they didn't have a show available for me to go see, because I was on an 8-show-week schedule at the time. And
I was busy on my Broadway.
I
was busy starring in a Broadway musical, so I could not do for Colored Girls. Could not see, because they didn't ask. Could not see for Colored Girls because I was busy doing a hit Broadway musical.
And I know that I was submitted for this probably. Most likely, even though I didn't ask my agent directly, but she knows how I feel about this show. So I feel like they still want to see me, which is fine, but I know what I'm doing. I booked Clubhouse for Color Girls. Hello.
Wait, like, and you don't know what track you are?
Not yet. I think, well, basically they're not really doing it in a traditional way. They're going to do it more of like a, I would say like it's like workshop-y, but kind of like a workshop in the sense of like, come to our women's retreat, like that kind of workshop. So they're going to do pieces, and then they're going to like talk about it. And they're going to do pieces.
Gotcha.
And then they're going to talk about it. So it's going to be fun.
If I remember correctly, though, you did say that, like, unlike some other casting processes, you thought that the casting process for that was inspiring and felt very community oriented, and be like listening and watching to the auditions. You liked that experience as well, did you not?
Yeah, it was really like it felt really like pure in a way. Like it felt, I don't know, like it felt nice. Like it felt really awesome and dope and not competitive really. It felt like you were there to I'm sorry, Drew is like fucking talking to me, so I can't focus. It felt like, it felt good. Like it felt like how For Color Girls is supposed to feel in a way.
Sure.
And it didn't feel like the Dreamgirls Clubhouse experience that I witnessed. I was not a part of it. I also didn't witness the full experience of that. I only experienced like the initial 1,000 people call that they had. So I really have no idea what the rest of their process was like, but I'm sure for the people that booked it, it was a good process.
I'm sorry.
Are you reading Cece?
Cece.
Oh, Cece. We don't know you, but we know you.
I'm not reading them. I just heard what I heard. I heard what I heard.
my neck. I just feel on my neck.
I know. Am I catching like the shrapnel? Do you feel the shrapnel off of the? Am I his casualty? Am I a casualty?
Miss Malcolm, I can't. Miss Kim, I would have not traded my equity. Oh no. I mean, it's no coins, but that show's gonna probably go to Broadway. But
it is slated to go to Broadway.
But also Miss Cece, I've been doing Book of Mormon for like 3 years, so
right.
It would have been time. I would have left to do it, or actually, they might have let me come back. Who knows?
Yeah, you could take a leave or something.
You could take a leave, but yeah.
Yeah, I believe that show is actually slated. I mean, whenever Broadway is happening,
yeah,
but I believe it was Leah Gardner who directed it and Camille who was the choreographer. But I believe it's now just Camille who's directing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe it is going. I mean, when Broadway is a thing again, knock on stuff.
Yeah.
Try something here technically, and I'm gonna hope it's gonna work, but I don't know if it's gonna work.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I do love that picture.
Drew is gonna watch this show and be like, "What happened?"
Listen, he's seeing it now. I don't understand how to do this. I tried to do the basics. I can't find this other thing. He's probably gonna be like, "Why are you talking about?" Oh, I see it now. This is what he's talking about. It's this.
I wish I could do something to help. I'm just like, I don't.
Listen, Darius would probably do a much better job of this, because if I were Darius and he were me, it would be funny because it would just be like ploop, 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 and y'all be like, what the fuck is happening? Oh Lord.
He's here and ready. He's here and ready to help us. He's here and ready to help us.
He's here. Okay, great.
Okay. I just want to say that. He here.
Drew is here.
Come in. He's here now. He can see us.
Okay.
I'm gonna add him to the stream now. I'm so annoyed. Hey, bitch.
I was just coming by to check on y'all.
Look at you
on the show. I was just coming to check on you, make sure everything was copacetic, everything was good. Y'all good?
Yeah. Are you at a wedding? Why are you in that suit? You look good.
I am at a wedding.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yes.
I am doing a wedding for my best friend. I'm the man of honor. I got my shield on.
Come on, Sloman Shield.
Listen.
Sloman Shield.
So I'm here, but I just want to call it, make sure you know it was good. But and you know where the scrolls are, right?
She doesn't.
Okay.
Yes, I do. I use
them
for 2 minutes to places.
Okay,
got it.
There are more there for you. There's some more to play with. There's some things there, so use them at your discretion.
The blooper show. Drew, why did your voice feels deeper? How come? Like I feel like you. Okay.
I'm in Vegas. I've been here since Tuesday.
Okay, got it. Okay. All right, cool.
I'm in Vegas.
That's the answer. I'm in Vegas.
Okay, that's it. I'm like, you sound a little
and I've been here since Tuesday.
He sounds like really attractive. Like
I was gonna say sexy, but I wanted to keep it professional.
Yeah.
I want to keep it professional, but
I love y'all though. I'm gonna dip out now. I'm gonna
dip out now.
I'm gonna dip. I like who's this Drew?
Listen, this is
this guy.
Same Drew you've always known.
Just
Same Drew. You just
all that
getting.
You want to
put on me. I love you. Bye.
Bye.
He looked like there's some auntie that he's connected to where they got a coordinated outfit for the reunion. He looked like there's some auntie that's probably on the same color dress.
Of course.
Oh my God.
Well, y'all.
What y'all were hearing in his voice was sin. It was sin.
Got it. I'm like, I felt like bass, but I was like,
sin.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess it's that time of the show. I have a new theme song for y'all. Hopefully, I'm able to play it. All right, here it goes.
We love to talk about so much shit, so now it's time for topics.
Hey, she got a theme song. I want a theme song.
Come on.
I don't have anything. It's good that you have it. It's
Y'all
great.
like it?
I
The
do.
chord, the chord at the end.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's giving me 888 Empire. It's giving me that.
It's giving me Annie Boylan sisters.
Yes.
I was trying
Annie
to go
Boylan
for
sisters.
Kay Thompson, who did a lot of vocal arrangements in Hollywood during the Golden Age. So like she was like Think Pink during in Funny Face or whatever. But anyway, I do have the plain version just in case Drew doesn't like this one. I have the regular ass one that is just me singing by myself, just in case. But anyway, I'm glad that y'all like it.
Don't play the other one.
Yeah, we're good. We know what you sound like.
I'll trash it. Maybe I should cut a record. No, I'm not doing that. Anyway, we can start up these hot topics. Go ahead.
Hot topics. All right.
All right. Are you gonna go? Am I gonna go? Or my time? Oh, that's what's happening. Okay, great. We didn't rehearse it. So Hollywood. We got another biopic because why not? And George C. Wolfe is directing the Bayard Rustin biopic. Interestingly enough, it is not a Black screenwriter. Discuss. Yes.
It's like that feeling when it's like oh yay, oh wait, shit. It's that kind of feeling. Like I was like, yay, Bayard Rustin, George C. Wolfe, and then Dustin Lance Black. There's got to be something about the system that I just am unaware of. I'm waiting for someone to come to me and say, hey, Jason, you're not really in this echelon of the business, so you don't understand it. Because it's 2021, and it just seems like there were so many people talking about change or separate, or and in how the industry needs to move forward, and representation and diversity, inclusion, all that. And there's so many people who are figureheads and spearheads of these dialogues, and then things like that kind of happen, and I'm like, well, how did that happen? How? I actually feel like also I thought the Coleman Domingo was working on something. Someone, don't quote me, but I was just like, how did we get to George C. Wolfe, Bayard Rustin, penned by Dustin Lance Black?
I mean, it depends on, I don't know how the process, right? So it depends. Yeah. I don't know how this particular process came together, right? I can speak that as a writer who gets approached to screenwrite things. It depends, right? So sometimes it's the producer has, or whoever the studio is, has the rights to a certain property, right? So if it's a book, or if it's like, the rights of someone's life, they'll have the rights of rights, and they'll reach out, and it depends on who they'll reach out to first. Sometimes they'll reach out to the director, and then it'll be like that. And then sometimes they'll reach out to the writer first, see if you can actually get a script, and then you can sell it and chop it around to like the right actor and to the right, director. Because essentially when it comes to film, it's not really the writer's medium. So it'll be considered George C. Wolfe's movie anyway. Right. But in this time where in the last, I would say, I could be wrong, 4 or 5 years, where like we now know who writers are when it comes to TV and film. Usually it's like all about the actors and the directors, where the writers are getting attention. It is kind of like, it's like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a bait and switch announcement where it's like, yay, huh? You know what I mean?
It feels like it feels like a get you gotcha. It feels like because this is what I feel like is happening, and this could all be in my mind. It feels like they know that it's this white man writing it, and they say, we got George C. Wolfe, we're going to put George C. Wolfe out there first. That way the Black people won't be upset. So while they're celebrating it, we'll put this white writer in, and we'll be like, well, at least it's George C. Wolfe, at least it's Bayard Rustin. And while it's also Dustin Lance Black, who we do know,
Yeah, I think he won the Academy Award for Milk.
For Milk, right?
Which
who we
was
do
good.
know.
Yes.
And the thing is, it's not
Yeah.
about. It's not. Do I think that he could write it well? Of course, I think he could write it well. But like, does he need to be? My question is, why did he say yes? And honestly, I would love to know if George had any reservations about it.
Maybe, is it a possibility that maybe he wrote this just out of his own wanting to?
I wouldn't. Enthusiasm and want is never a question for me. I don't ever think that these white writers are kind of like, I'm here to take something away.
I think some of
like
them are.
Well, I feel like they are, but because they're white, they say, I'm really inspired by this. I really want to write about this, right? So of course, Dustin was kind of like, yes, Bayard Rustin. Of course he would. Of course he would. I'm wondering, like, at what point did George, if at all, was he just like, how is this going to be?
You know, it's probably the gay thing. I don't know if y'all said this before, but I'm pretty sure, because that's when I just read the little thing. It's like, oh, it's about gay civil rights activists, written by the guy who wrote Milk, another movie about a gay activist. You know, I think that Hollywood is very like, oh, you did that well, so that's what we're gonna have you do. You know, it kind of makes sense in that way, I guess, for me. Like.
And George might have come on
stupid,
last. That's the other thing too, right? Like George might have come on last.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the other part. Like that's why it's like yeah. So that's why it's like it's interesting because like it is an interesting question. Like, oh, how do these projects actually come together?
Right.
Because it's not always like, let's do it the nice and fair and whatever equitable way. And like, it's going to be, and everyone's going to be happy. A lot of the times it's like, it's Netflix, right? So if Netflix owns the property, Netflix might have, like this thing might have been made a while ago. And then Ma Rainey is a hit. And it's like, great, let's give George this one too. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Like George might be George might be,
they're corrective.
Yes, the corrective. Yes, George might.
You know, but also like win because he's a great director and amazing talent, right? Yeah. But yeah, so it's like it's very, those things are just really interesting to be like, oh, how do these people all get together? When it's like, why is this person writing it? And it's like, and usually it's not from the, the inception of, the writer or the inception of the director, because when it comes to a film. Almost no one really cares about who wrote it. It's actually really that's
until they get nominated for that Oscar.
Until they get nominated for the Oscar. But like again, like if you would have asked me who wrote Milk, I wouldn't have known until I Googled it.
True.
Like you know what I mean? Like I don't know who writes most of the Oscar movies unless the director also wrote it.
I know more well, I guess Aaron Sorkin is both, but like I know him off the top of my head, and I can kind of tell Shonda. I can tell, and
Shonda's TV.
Shonda's TV. But I'm trying to think like who else off the top of my head, and I'm like, oh, such and such wrote this. Like,
and especially when it comes to movies, because movie is the director's thing. So when you think of the movie, it's the director's movie.
You're right. It is. The directors, the producers, and even
which is how you can get over. Yeah.
I think for me, again, because this is 2021 and there's so much commentary from people, including Dustin, because I went in, I did some research in terms of him being vocal about so many things in the last 4 years. So I'm very interested why, regardless of how long the property he wrote. Oh, thank you. Regardless.
It's Valentine's Day. Let's get you some dates.
Regardless of that. I want to know, like, in your allyship, was there ever a point where you said, you know what? Do I? Or I know I've written this. Could I pass it off to have someone who's Black and queer do a better treatment of it? Could I just step back and just say, hey, is there another script out there? At what point, Dustin,
does your allyship? Do you relinquish some of your power? Yeah,
because your resume speaks for itself in terms of your allyship.
He's serving as a producer on this project, and so in my mind, I am thinking like formulaically, like not to say I totally 100% agree with everything you're saying, because the only way that people of color, queer people, are going to get opportunities is someone just opening the door and letting them have it, and also letting them fail if they fail. Oh, I'm sorry, but I feel like a lot of it has to do with being like, okay, I'll take the bandage off you. A lot of the okay, the bandage. It's literally a band-aid, but she's like, it's a bandage. Okay, Katharine Hepburn. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that yes, I have a boo-boo. Just why you always come at you always come when I'm trying to say something. I've been sitting here listening, and here you come. Okay, I think it has something to do with like being green in a sense, or like not trusting people who are green, and wanting to have a formula, having a formula that works and that will work. Right. You know, at least here in this formula, you have a equation that is bound to get success, and you have two dual audiences that will come to see this film because of both these two ends of people who of the audience who trust, you know, this movie. And I also think because he's a producer, it's like, well, I kind of want to have my hand in this thing, because if I'm producing, that means I have money in the game. I don't know. I think it just has a lot to do, more so, in my opinion, with money.
I mean, always, it's like if he's nominated for, he's not a scrub, right? So he's like nominated for, like he's nominated, he's Oscar, he's Oscar award winning. So it's like if we're and you know, George is award winning, yes, and so I don't know George's Oscar, but he's, you know, Tony award winning, nominated, right? I don't know, but he's like award winning also in TV and film as a director. Like he's you know, he's up there too. And so if they're going around, it is that unfortunate thing where if they're going around looking for Oscar nominated queer writers, right, it's just Terrell. Right. Hope they asked him, but do you know what I mean? But like it's like, you know, or like, you know, he's not queer, but it's like John Ridley, you know? So it's, so it's just if you're going on that unfortunate, like if we're going on like a levels thing, it's like the system has not allowed for that sort of like beautiful trifecta. But you would think even with Ma Rainey, like Ruben, that's not, I think that's one of his, like, that's his second screenplay. You know what I mean? And that he adapted. It's like, no, you can take the chance. There are a lot of talented Black male queer writers out there who are working in TV, who are doing doing it, you know?
I also, when it comes to biopics in general, I'm always kind of like, I have to remind myself that they're usually for people who don't know anything about said person. Oh, for sure. And so biopics to me, I'm always kind of just like, oh God, I already knew that, but I have to realize that I'm not. So like, I'm never going to be so like, yay for a biopic. I'm like, this is like freshman level 101.
I like the angle of the biopic. Like, I'm only gonna watch one. Like, I still haven't watched the Judy Garland one, which I should be slapped
with Renee. Okay.
With Renee. The only reason why I haven't watched it is because I know how sad it's gonna be, because that's the angle they're taking. That's the angle that they're taking. So for me, a biopic is always about which angle are you taking. Are you going to do like a Malcolm X thing? Like Malcolm X is kind of, it's like the novel, but it's like the novel light. And it is kind of giving us the history and a survey of his life. And it does let you delve into the man. Like Denzel did do a great job in that movie. But to me, it is giving you information on Malcolm X. That's its priority. Because I guess at the time it was very like Martin Luther King. But I don't know. I'm interested in what the angle of this is going to be. And that's why I like a good biopic, because you be like this Billie Holiday movie. I wasn't too jazzed about at first, because I'm like, Lady Sings the Blues is already great. But Ngozi was like, oh, this is talking about specifically how the United States killed her. And I'm like, okay, that's a good angle. You know, that angle hasn't really been told yet. And that's kind of what makes, I think audiences come to
Right.
see things about people that they know and love, so they can
Yeah.
get even more. Because I think when you really love a celebrity, or not a celebrity, a historical figure, especially one that is dead and one that has been dead for a long time, you want so much more information on them. You like any morsel you can get, you want. And these movies kind of give that. But yeah, like I think they should have given like an opportunity to someone, but I also feel like they wanted a guarantee, and that's just how the fucking machine works. But that is why, you know, I don't know. That's why it's important that like the people in power like rotate and change, or like the objective changes.
I've also heard of this. Sorry, I've heard of this really funky thing that is also now beginning to happen, where, you know, they'll start out with a white writer on something that is like a Black project or Black focused, and then they'll see the thing and be like, oh fuck, that's that, no, abort, right? Like danger, and they'll bring in like the person of color to correct,
like they do with Soul, like with Soul.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like I have a friend who's working on a thing, and like, you know, and so that's been a thing too, where they like, where it's like if they don't start off with a Black person, whatever, they'll bring on but like after the fact, right? So then like the white person will get paid most of the money, most of whatever, you know what I mean? Or like they'll get the first chance. Like even with Jeremy doing the Zola project, I believe it was a white writer first.
It was. You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it was a white writer first, and then they were like, "Ooh, sorry, this is bad. We should have done this." You know what I mean? And so, that's the other thing that I don't want to happen, where it's like, oh, like start off how you're doing it, mentor the person, or like give it to the Black person, period, or like just do the job and like fail or fly. You know what I mean? So that's the other thing. I'm a little like, I wonder what they're gonna, how this process is gonna.
I also foresee down the road. There being more, once we get over this situation, I foresee there being casting controversy, which is, there's no way to get around it because Hollywood hates out Black gay men. So I don't foresee anyone being out in Black and actually playing Bayard Rustin. It will be
really.
It will be who? That's a draw. Who? You can't be out of. Make Coleman. Name someone else.
I don't know. It might just be Coleman's.
That would be great, but I don't. I mean, besides Coleman,
that's true.
I think the most
who's out and queer and like well known,
we do not have someone that is out and Black that is at a level.
Yeah, sure.
We don't. So it's probably if it's not Coleman, it's going to be someone straight or that we think is straight.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah, we think it's straight.
Yeah. You know, and I foresee that also being a situation too, because in general, Hollywood loves to cast straights as queer people to begin with, especially when it's men, so they can stretch themselves and win Oscars.
You know, I just watched, this is so kind of off topic, but on topic. I just watched this video about Gone with the Wind. And
Jeremy Pope, no.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
someone.
Oh, Jeremy Pope. Oh, no. I was like, what?
Not against his talent, but no.
Tell us how you really feel. Shit.
No. He looked 19.
I watched a video about Gone with the Wind and how they found Vivian Lee. And how they were searching. They had this huge search for Scarlett O'Hara, and they had all these names on the table. And of course, it's a much different casting process because they're looking for a white ingenue. But what they were looking for was very specific. They had already cast Clark Gable, and they pretty much had everyone pinned in except for Scarlett, which is, of course, like the anti-heroine of the entire movie and the main core focus of the film. And when they cast her, people were, they were gagged because she was pretty much an unknown. She had done most of her work in England, and this is before when all we did was cast English actors. So what I'm saying is that movie is still like the best-selling movie box office hit like of all time. Yeah. And they essentially used an unknown, an American unknown, to draw. I'm sorry. Just come here. They used an unknown, and it's one of the, okay. They used an unknown, and they surrounded them by well-known stars. And I think that formula should be used a lot more. They just did it for the prom, I mean, even though The Prom is a different caliber of film, no shade to The Prom. It's just it's a musical. It's not a biopic.
Right.
But there you go. But yeah, I feel like if we use the formula of kind of like searching for someone who is exactly right. It's exactly right. Because that film, even, I mean, love it or hate the film, of course, it's racist as fuck. But it's still considered to be one of the best cinematic achievements of the 20th century, like a film period. And I think a lot of that has to do with the casting of Vivian Leigh as Scarlett O'Hara. Like she's perfect in the role, and no one knew who the fuck she was. So maybe if we start like putting unknown people in the forefront and just giving them a support system.
But back then in the golden age, part of the magic of the golden age was America loves discovering someone. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of Billies here.
America loved, discovering a star was a thing. That's not really a thing anymore. It might be for audiences.
It is for the young ones. It is for young people.
For young people.
If you're young,
and for audiences, I think we love being introduced to someone. But producers and people who write checks don't like the risk of creating, because back then they were also introducing us to a star that they were also molding and creating, and that star was
right, exactly. Like they were taking that person and they were owned by the studio system, and you were and that person, like we are investing in this person for like 8 movies
and creating a star.
Exactly.
But they are doing that with, like, I will say, because
they're giving first look deals now.
Netflix. Yeah, like there's so many young girls out here who are just graduating from. Well, that's another thing. They don't want someone who's off the street green. No, the girls I'm talking about is black.
Oh, okay. I was just saying, I feel like that don't happen with us.
They go to those schools.
For the youngins.
They go to those schools.
For the youngins,
because the business people, they trust these schools. And so I think that they could use, because Broadway does that all the time. Broadway is like, give me a Michigan, give me a Carnegie Mellon.
Yeah, for sure.
Sold. We created the next fucking star. But TV is coming around to doing it, to kind of like,
they're like, give me a Yale, give me an NYU, give me a
Juilliard. And you can pick, I mean, with Lupita, they did that. They kind of plucked her out and made her a star. And I think that they should just do it more often to get the person who is perfect for it.
Yes, especially if they're capable,
Yeah.
I think honestly, in terms of casting, I do think that the actor who will play Bayard, depending on where we're at in the life of Bayard or what the requirements are, I do think they're out there. I do feel like they are from the theater community. It's just that someone needs to be willing to, and maybe that would be a benefit of having George C. Wolfe.
Oh yeah.
I feel like they're out there. They're always out there.
I hope it's good. I think it will be good. I think it's not going to give me Malcolm Emery, which I'm like, that just makes me never want a white person to ever write anything black again.
Well, he wrote and directed it. Malcolm Emery.
It was just all around.
That white man wrote and directed.
I hated it. I want to know why.
Essentially,
it was a vehicle for Zendaya. That's essentially what it was.
Though. She's also on drugs.
Tish Tosh. Tish Tosh. It was Tish Tosh.
No, honestly, I really tried. I tried twice. Twice to get through it, and this is so petty. I can't. If I can't watch you eat, I can't watch.
Oh my God, the way he was eating that goddamn macaroni, I was like,
I couldn't get past it.
It was so disgusting. I was like, is he pretending to be a dog? Like, what is animals?
I'm shallow. I'm lazy. But once he started eating the mac and cheese, I said, I have to turn it off. I can't do it.
Yes, Morgan Lee. It was a collaboration between Zendaya and Sam, because they worked together on Euphoria. And he does very great work for her on Euphoria.
But not good work for this movie.
Yeah, this wasn't it. Let us move on, because they're not Broadway. They're not Broadway black. We can move on from them.
Keep us on track.
Yeah. I try. I don't know if we talked about this last week, but I guess voting starts in March for the Tonys. When are the Tonys? I feel like we can move right along.
I know.
Great. So we're moving right along.
All these
Great.
all these hopes and dreams, y'all. So many hopes and dreams.
What happens to a dream deferred? Does it
Does it
dry up?
dry up
Dry up.
like a
Like
raisin
a
in the
raisin in the
sun?
sun? That's all I know. We'll go to next subject. Apparently, Tina Turner is coming back to London.
No.
That's the word in these streets. And they're hoping to return to London in June, maybe. Again, I don't know how to help with announcements of things that we don't know are going to happen if there's no theater. Are you okay, Jason?
I'm
Yeah,
So-
talk to me, Broadway babies. How are you feeling? I'm not a Broadway baby, so you guys
here's the
talk to me
thing.
about how you're feeling.
This is specifically about London.
Okay.
In the
They
past
gotta stop.
11 months, it has been proven that London loves to do things before they're supposed to. They have opened up and closed 16,000 times in a day since the spring. So when someone says a London production, I'm kind of like, y'all need to sit down just for a second. Like, London still has remnants of the plague from the 1700s. London is old as hell. It is dirty.
The plague.
The West End has tried to reopen twice since then. I'm like, I feel like the universe is telling y'all that y'all aren't ready to do that.
God's trying to tell you something.
I think that I don't know what their vaccine unveiling is like over there, or if they have a huge, like how over here they're like, don't take the vaccine, don't take the vaccine.
I think they unveiled the vaccine first before we did.
Well,
Yeah.
I do know that like New York is about to enter into phase 3 of who can get the vaccine, which is not it's not yet open to the public. It's only open to if you like match those things on that list, you can get the vaccine. Right. I was thinking about I don't know. June to me, it does seem kind of soon, but if things keep in New York, at least, if things are rolling, if they're really rolling, I think that they could possibly open in June. I do agree. Like London has been doing the absolute most. It's like one day they're like, we're open. And then literally like 2 days later, they close or something. But I feel like if it's able to really roll out and if people can have the option, it could open, but I just don't think that most people are going to be taking the vaccine. I also think that much like New York, doesn't the West End depend on other countries and cities from outside of London to come in and see their shows? To me, that's the biggest problem. Like, we can be vaccinated all we want in New York City, but what about the people coming in? Like, what are the... Like, how are we going to take responsibility for, like what? I just don't see Cuomo fucking doing it. I just don't. I'm surprised he opened the goddamn restaurants. I'm expecting for him to close the restaurants down tomorrow. Like,
well, he's been fucking up a lot lately.
Like,
so
y'all really tried it with Valentine's Day. We're done here. Y'all tried it. Y'all all went out and no. It's over.
I just think everyone's weak. Everyone's weak. Everyone's just acting so weak-minded. Everyone is being so just weak of constitution and spirit. Valentine's Day, you have to open up on Valentine for what?
He did it purely for the fucking dinero. Like he literally did it for money. There's so many.
It drives me nuts. I just feel like everyone is like so upset because they're acting like they're grounded when really they're under restriction. I can't I feel like everyone's acting like their mama said that they can't use the phone when really their mama just said you can't use the phone after 9.
Come on, after 9.
Well, mom is actually saying if you use the phone, you might die, so don't use it.
Thank you.
Do you want to die? And everyone's like, yes, because I need to talk to my boo, and that's the problem.
I feel like there's too much catering to people's like, I just want to be outside and act like things are normal. It ain't normal no more.
I just think that it's more so about these businesses closing. Like, these businesses are shutting down. Like, people are literally losing. And I think that there should be some type of relief. Of course, I'm waiting for Biden to like give us his little stimulus package or whatever he's trying to give us. And that also, if there's a stimulus being released, I feel like that's also going to impact the opening of things further, because if we're able to keep people in the house longer, then things should be, you know, prolonged even more to keep us
people
safe.
stay in the house.
Well, that's why you got to close things down, because people aren't going to stay on. If you're like, oh yeah, come on down to the West End, why the fuck would they stay in the house? Like, I don't know. I think London is always pushing it. Like, they're always trying it. They have some of the highest numbers in the world. Like, I don't know what's up with them and their economy and why they're trying it. But for us, in my mind, Broadway's never opening up again. Like, it is, but it's not. Like, I don't think about it at all anymore. I'm like, oh, whenever. I don't know.
Also, Tina, like Tina being the first show or the show that they want to open up is, to me, like them also like trying out the vaccine on people in Flint. Just like, so the Blackish show is the one that's got to go out in the front lines first. With the hardest role of all time.
I think that's Tina's decision, though. I think Tina was like, "Oh, we'll go. We haven't gone yet. We'll go, on, darling. It's fine."
With all those white producers and directors, and choreographers.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on. We're all, and I don't know if you guys know, but it's Black History Month. I've been getting emails from theaters, but we have some events coming up. Daniel J. Watts, Brandon Victor Dixon, Amber Iman, you might have heard of them, and more are set for an event called Upon These Shoulders, Black History Month event, February 27th, streaming with the Black Theater Coalition and Playbill. And that includes Brandon Victor Dixon from Hamilton, Daniel J. Watts from Tina Turner Musical, Amber Iman from Shuffle Along, and Carly Hughes from Pippin.
Who is Amber Iman?
Princess Amber Iman. She's just starting on the scene. She's she's just trying to get out there.
She's Equity.
No,
I don't know. Yeah, but I heard she's very talented. I heard her voice is made out of like liquid chocolate. So I feel like it's gonna be I feel like it's gonna be a great event. So y'all tune in for that. Black Theater Coalition with the Blacks. So you know how they want us in February.
You know what? I have a thought on this.
What's your thought on this?
My thought on this is that so a lot of times in the theater industry, I feel like we're always screaming out, "Cast me TV, cast me film, see me CAA, see me UTA, see me." You know, I think that's what we're doing, and I think that like in this cabaret, all these people are fabulous. They're great. They're talented, and that's why they're in this cabaret. But they're also the usual suspects. We see these people perform all the time. I don't know who else is in this. I didn't read the whole thing. I don't know if they have any names that are like more unknown people that are in there. But if we want people because we're unknown in film and TV, like ain't nobody coming to. They're not checking for us. Not yet.
True.
They're not checking for us yet. It takes work, So I'm saying that if we want them to do that for us, then we've got to do that for
ourselves.
Yeah, and now that we have all these vehicles, and this is just a thought. I'm not blaming. I'm not placing blame. I'm not over here. I'm not. This is not a drag. This is not a read. This is just an observation.
I just want to say for the record.
It's not a drag. It's not a read. This is an observation. We have a lot. It is not. We have a lot of platforms now. We have Black Theater United. We have the Black Theater Coalition, Broadway. I don't know. There's a lot of things happening. We got a lot of little platforms now, and we can put people in the forefront that aren't getting the attention in our industry. We don't have to keep, because they are stars in our industry and they're fabulous. And again, I don't know the details of this, but I think it'll be.
Well, you do have to purchase tickets.
You have to purchase, but I think it could be a mix. But we can also do an introducing. We can propel people. And I'm not talking about these young, like, hi, my name is Kelly and I went to Michigan. Like, no, she's going to be seen anyway. I'm talking about, the people who are really hitting the pavement that may not have had the opportunities that we have had, who were like, this person is really talented. Let's just give them a song in our cabaret. Let's give them an audience. Let's give them a seat at our reading instead of it just being us. You know what I mean? Because we're also a part of that group of usual suspects.
Facts.
I can roll with you on that.
I'm the usual playwright.
Ashe.
You are the usual playwright.
You're the usual playwright. You had
You are
something.
you are so fucking usual.
Thank you. Well, I usually would say, "How dare you?" I'll take that. I'll take.
Usual.
Damn, you're the usual. Moving right along. We have another event called For the Girls. That's going to be February 21st, sponsored by Rattlestick. By our is she our heckler? Is she our fan?
Is Cece here?
Is Cece, where you at?
I'm like Cece done left.
And this is a virtual space for Black and Brown trans women. Please check the Rattlestick website. This is going to be going on Sunday, February 21st. This year, 7 p.m. EST from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And one of the guest hosts will be Cece. So, we're shouting you out, Cece. You hate on us, but we love you. And I just want that to be, I want that. I don't want any more shrapnel. Okay? No matter what Kim says. No matter what Kim says. I don't want any shrapnel. Okay? We love you. So please tune into that event.
Yes.
We got
here.
Yes, that is exciting. I love that. I love that that's happening. What else we got? We got the Metropolitan Opera. Oh, this really is Black History Month. Okay, Metropolitan Opera commemorates Black History Month with a free streaming of Porgy and Bess and more. So if y'all were really feeding for that Porgy and Bess,
the one that was sold out all of the oh wow, okay. The one okay.
Mm-hmm. So free streams are available 7:30 p.m. each night. There you go. For 23 hours each. Check out metopera.org. Yeah, so check it out. Check it out. What else? I don't know if the time has passed, but it is for February, so they better be repeating it and playing it multiple times. I'm just saying it's Black History Month.
It's Black History Month.
Don't be like, oh, it's February 1st and you missed it. They be doing us like that. What else we got? Okay, and we also have a female trailblazers event. Look at this. They really are just Cynthia and Revo host a female trailblazers events, remembering many people. So it's like plus Monterey's Black Bottom. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So, and that is, did we miss it? We might have missed it. Female Trailblazers events with partners. I don't know how to say this. BVLGARI. Is that Bulgari and Tribeca Studios?
Bulgari.
Is it Bulgari? Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Bulgari and Tribeca Studios has tapped Emmy, Grammy, and Tony Award winner Cynthia Erivo to host a short film series of resilient and extraordinary women. Erivo will host virtual panels for world premieres. And so you can just check that out as it's streaming on Apple Plus and Amazon Prime by mid-February. And there you go. And those are our events. Yo, we actually got through the hot topics. That's it. That's hot. That's
y'all
the
got
event.
Hot topics, and how long have we been on?
Hour 10. That might be a record. I think we usually get through one, and it's like 2 hours later.
Yeah, literally.
I'm gonna put that on you and Guzzy.
I do have. There is another hot topic though.
Oh, what's the other hot topic?
Cynthia Erivo's Aretha Genius Aretha came out. I'm trying to get the video.
Oh, it's done already? I think I see
the trailer. The trailer.
The trailer's come out. Oh,
sorry,
okay.
y'all. That's what I mean. It's the trailer. I'm trying to get the video up and see if I can pull a Drew, but it's parsing, so I don't know. Oh, download. Okay, hallelujah. Let's see if we can get this to Gulfa. So I can post it or whatever, and then we can.
This is also a reminder for those who are listening to us right now to do your job and send in some listener letters. Where did they send that in, Kim? Oh,
wait.
No.
Sorry. 1 second. Okay. This is wait. Where's it go? Oh, we should show this though. There we go.
Always the views and opinions.
Oh my God, Darius, where you at?
She really was like, "We're good. We don't need Darius."
There we go.
You good? Are we good?
There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Are we good?
There we go.
Yes. If you have a story or to share or a question to ask, email us. Yes. And also, I know it's not on the bless you. It's not on the thing, but like, I feel like y'all talked about this before. Concise is better.
for the listener letters.
Concise is better.
Concise is better with everything, with songs, with
everything.
monologues, with
Mhm.
anything you're doing. Concise is king.
Concise is better.
Just always. Okay, I'm trying to. I have to. Okay. This is too much. I don't like it here. I don't like this. Drew can have this job back. Like, he can have it all the way back. It's. I got the video, y'all. I got it. I'm opening it up. This is not good. He's gonna hate this. He's gonna fucking hate this. It's okay though.
You're about to play this video.
It's loading, so you can keep talking.
Okay.
I don't know if it was on the minutes. I don't remember seeing it on the minutes, but I do feel a hot topic. We do need to talk about Cinderella. I feel like we have to talk about Cinderella.
Yes, because we talked about it coming. We talked about it coming out last week, but we didn't actually talk about what it was to see it and it's here and it's here for us. And people have been telling their Paolo Montalban stories and Brandy has been on the Clubhouse and the internets and the interwebs
and the interwebs. The importance that it has, the relevancy that it has.
Yes, there was actually like a whole they had the entire cast back on someone's channel, which I remember that really that movie reaffirmed my okay, braids are cute. You know what I mean? It just reaffirmed it's cute to be a Black girl. Okay, cool. Because these niggas really want to tell me something else.
I mean, when you think, let me put it this way. So in 1997, in a cast that was a cavalcade of stars, the main draws for that project undeniably are 3 Black women. It's Brandy, it's Whitney, and it's Whoopi. Right? Everyone else was sort of in the run. Then on top of that, the fact that Cinderella's default hairstyle is summer micro braids that you get every summer was fantastic. The even though this is Broadway Black, the power that Bernadette Peters has in this damn movie, y'all.
White excellence. That's his white excellence period. That's
the hashtag white excellence. There's a reel of her every time that she says Cinderella in the movie that someone posted, and it's just brilliant the whole time. Natalie Desselle, who Kim and I were talking. I truly believe that Baps came out first.
Did it? I think it did too.
Because I remember distinctly at that time being like, "Oh, that's the chick from Baps." I don't remember watching Baps and being like, "That's the chick from Cinderella."
Same. And I was 8, I think, when that came out, 97.
Yeah.
I think 8 or 9. So I think that I remember being like, oh, that's the girl from Baps, even though because I remember Baps was such a big deal and I don't know why. Maybe I just saw a lot of previews for it. I don't know. But yeah, I tried to get Ezzy to watch it. She was
it looked expensive. It looked on the sound stages,
and everyone was watching it. It was on a Saturday evening or Sunday evening, and it was the Magical World of Disney that was on ABC. So it was a family thing that everybody was watching and pausing worldwide to watch this Black girl and to watch this Black woman make her dream come true.
Her dream come true. I also found out. I didn't realize that it was panned by critics at the time, which is white supremacy.
It
was panned
brand.
Who cares? On brand.
Yeah.
Also, too, Whitney was literally only on set for 2 days, which kind of makes sense given what she does on the screen. But she was literally only on set for 2 days. Oh, Tommy. Damn.
Yeah, because she was white. Because the white women didn't want to be yelling at a little Black girl.
Oh.
But the way that Bernadette played it, though, it's so perfect because that she just is so jealous. She's so jealous of her, and she's so that scene where she's
calling her common.
Yes.
But here's the gag, though. Ooh. I watched it twice, right? And I said, I feel like the gag is that Bernadette's not talking to Cinderella; she's talking to her past self. She's
over
talking
here giving us acting beats.
She's talking to who she used to be. Your comment.
Oh, absolutely.
She's talking to who she used to be.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, she was giving you. She was giving you who's the original writer of Cinderella? Like pre the musical?
Oh God. Is it Grimm?
Grimm's? Yeah.
She
She was giving you Grimm's stepmother. Yeah. She was giving you like
stepmother.
Yeah.
I
She
love
was
that.
giving
I love
you
that she said I have no problems yelling at this little black child, so I'll go ahead and do it.
Yes.
It's perfect. It's
She's like, I'm an
perfect.
actress.
She also hates her daughters so much as well. Like you can tell that she's really like she's in this for her, you know, which of course like Disney's original Cinderella is also giving that. Well, she's giving evil bitch. Like she's giving Maleficent.
Your daddy died and left me everything.
Everything, dude. Oh my God. I should play that video too.
You should play that video too.
Oh my God. Oh, I have the video up of oh wait, here we go. We have some confirmation here. Babs came out in March and Cinderella came out in November. Okay, so we are spot on.
We are definitely correct.
We are spot on. But yeah, that movie did so much for like my childhood, and I don't even think I really knew what theater was at that point or what a musical was. I don't know. I knew Disney movies, and I trusted Disney so much because I was such a Disney kid. I think the kids of the 90s we're just in that era of like everything Disney touches is like gold for us. So when they were like the wonderful world of Disney, I was here for. I watched it live. I was just like so. And then I used to watch Moesha all the time, and Brandy was my first. I feel like a lot of people, our generation, was so deeply connected to Brandy. But it's funny because I didn't realize. Like, I mean, I was a young kid, but I didn't. The idea that Cinderella was black. Okay, the idea that Brandy was black was not. You need help? Was not the idea that Brandy was black was not like the selling point. Yeah. Really. I mean, that she was black. It was that it was Brandy. It wasn't that. It was like, oh, there's a black Cinderella. This is so groundbreaking. Like, y'all, I'm 8. I don't what?
Well,
you're also from Baltimore.
Oh, true.
So
Like,
you're like,
I was just
everywhere.
about to say that.
Like, yeah, and I'm like black girl, like in Bucks County, where I'm like,
but you were older than me though.
Yeah, Bucks County.
Yes.
Again, black girl, Bucks County, since like from 7 to 15, where it's like black girl being a lead or black girl being liked or black girl being affirmed. Like, you know what I mean? Like in you know, it's like it was just like Rudy from the Huxtables, and like that's it, you know. So like, you know, you were just like thirst at like, and I was 15 when that thing came out, so it was like,
oh yeah,
that's thirsty. Yeah. And so me and Brandon are the same age, so it's like you're just thirsty for that sort of like representation.
And you have to remember too that because people forget that Cinderella was written for TV. So so it's the fact that this black girl and these other people of color were put into a generational tradition. This is the third production.
The third, yeah.
The first one happening with Julie Andrews, then the next one with Leslie Ann Warren. So America in general we've already been trained to love Cinderella as a television theatrical event. So the fact that Brandy was the center of that.
I mean, it's incredible. I mean, looking at the history of the show now, because I feel like I'm pretty familiar with the history of the productions and, you know, and like to where it finally got his ass on Broadway after they like, you know, chopped and screwed and ripped the script apart for stage. But like, I mean, it just goes to like the selling point of, I guess, of the show because again, I was a little kid. Like I had no idea about Cinderella being seen on TV live. I didn't know about the other 2 productions until I did it in high school. Yeah. And then my mom got me like I actually still have the books. I have 2 books of music, and one has Brandy on the front, and then the other one is Julie Andrews on the front. And I was like, what was this on Broadway? And then it tells you about the history of the show in the beginning of the book or whatever. But yeah, I had no idea. But yet at 7 years old, I was just like so gagged with this. I was like obsessed with the music. I was obsessed with the idea that Whoopi Goldberg was in it, and I didn't know who the hell Victor Garber was, but you know, like it was just and the guy from fucking Seinfeld.
Yeah, Jason Alexander.
In my mind, I was like, the guy from Seinfeld.
You said you were 7 or 8. Okay, for me, I had a similar experience like that when Polly came out.
I was 9.
When Polly came out, I was around that age, and for me, seeing like little black children in this wonderful world of Disney television event musical situation, that's how I felt when I saw Polly. I was just like, whoa. You know, this adaptation of this other traditionally white Disney classic. So I think it's just, and it still holds up. Of course, El Morgan's on the same page as me. It's amazing, you know, and it holds up. It's still so good.
It is still so good.
It's still so good. Brandy's eyebrows are so thin, y'all. I was like, what?
That was the style. That was the style.
I was like, what did they do to her eyebrows?
90s.
I'm also
thick eyebrows is like a 6. That's only 6 or 7 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, my eyebrows have always been this big, but I was also 9. I figured out the math. I was 9 when this movie came out. But also, like, I grew up watching Sister, and my mom made me watch Sister and Martin and Living Single. I kind of like was really small in this world of the Cosbys, a different world of all this Black TV. And again, you're right. I lived in a Black city. So yeah, in my mind, I was just, I thought the interracial thing was, I didn't notice that as a kid. I was like, this man is a race that I didn't even know what that man was at the time. I didn't know. The only Asian I knew was Chinese or Korean, or like. But I was like, this man is a race I don't know, and these parents have had this race of man I don't know, and he loves Brandy, and that's really cool because I didn't really grow up seeing that, but looking back now, like I realized like how amazing it was to our generation, just in not just performers, but just to everyone, like how much that piece means. And I don't understand why they didn't digitally remaster it. Like,
I wondered that as well.
Why was it just standard? Like it's on the TV like this. Like,
yeah, I wondered that as well.
That's a question, Disney.
I don't know.
Well, I got my video.
Okay, so this is the Aretha video.
Yeah, this is the Aretha video, great. Y'all. Oh my God,
but that was a good catch, Jason. Yes, we should have talked about that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
We should have. Oh my God, where is it?
It was nice.
That would be my contribution. I feel like I've done my part.
You've done your job as a guest host. Thank you.
Yes.
I hope this works, y'all. I'm gonna mute.
Okay.
I'm writing a new song. It's gonna hit you hard. I thought you were my man. It'll get under your skin, right down to the bone. But I found out it's gonna be a whole new vibe that brings people together. I'm just a link in your chain.
Well, you only got 3 chords?
I will make them sound like $1 million. Chain, chain, chain.
In recognition of all you've done, the people of the world hereby crown you Queen of Soul.
Make sure the world only sees the Aretha Franklin you want them to.
You're gonna remember her name, Aretha.
She's too young to go out there.
It's easier for a woman to be the helpmate of a king than it is for a man to be the helpmate of a queen. Don't let that queen thing go to your head.
I'm gonna let that queen thing go wherever I want it to. Times are changing, and I want to keep changing with it. You got to disturb the peace when you can't get no peace.
This is what you were meant to do. You just got to flaunt your power.
There will never be another one like me.
Hello?
Yeah, we hear you. It works. It all worked.
It worked. I didn't mean to put that comment up about Cynthia. That was an accident. I was trying to press another comment. If y'all saw that comment, I didn't mean to.
I don't know what comment you put up there.
It doesn't matter. I'm not going to say it.
Okay. But Darius is here. Just to let you know, I wasn't joking about Darius being here.
He's here now. We got the password from Drew.
Just,
you
don't have to worry.
Yeah, right. Darius here.
All right, I'm going to take a break.
Like you're leaving or?
No, I'm just gonna take a break. I'm not done, boo.
Jason, thoughts, comments, profound statements?
I mean, we've already talked about biopics today, so
yes.
I guess my thing is I'm interested. I just want to know how this. I'm interested to see how this happened.
What do you mean how this happened? Like the casting?
The casting and this and this the casting and there being two projects going on, right?
I'm sure they called her. I'm guessing. I'm
I
assuming she did not audition.
Right.
I think that's a fair assumption. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I just to me it's really just like, is aesthetic not important in the casting?
I mean,
my question.
It should be important. Yes, it should be.
It should be. I think that she's too small.
Yes.
Short. She's just, I mean, she reads tiny on screen. We know she's tiny. She's a tiny, short woman. I think she's like 5 feet or something, maybe shorter.
I'm sitting here being like, why isn't this a Gladys Knight biopic?
Interesting.
Or just somebody else.
I agree. I think aesthetically it all looks like it kind of misses the mark as far as period, as far as just like cinematography, as far as casting. I saw Jermaine Dupri. I don't know. I saw Jermaine Dupri. So I'm just like, I'm curious and I'm skeptical. I'm always ready to have my mind changed. Changed. But I don't think it will be changed. I think it looks like how it is. Also I just feel like it's all a little off.
The cast surrounding her is great. I always love seeing Kimberly. Kimberly.
I love
Courtney B. Vance. He stayed with a job.
Look,
he don't ever stop working.
Also, I want to know who's playing Glenn Turman.
Is he even? Did he make the film?
I mean, it's one of her.
He was married to her.
Oh. I don't know, but we'll see. I don't know. This is a mini series, right? So it's multiple episodes.
That's Jermaine Dupri.
I would say, what if Jermaine Dupri is playing Glenn Turman, yo? What if Jermaine?
If I was Glenn Turman, I would be livid.
Sue them.
Can you imagine?
I would shut it down like a Clubhouse reading of one of my.
Could you imagine Glenn Turman be like, who's playing me?
Jermaine Dupri.
So deaf.
The My Boo.
Little Bow Wow's big. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I want to see, as Jennifer Hudson said, Aretha gave Jennifer Hudson her blessing. Aretha wanted Jennifer Hudson to play her. And I think that, and also Aretha said that she wanted her life to be a film, not a series. She was very specific. And we know that Aretha is very specific. Like, she's a diva. Like it's like when Mariah decides to make a movie about her life, it's gonna be like that. Mariah is gonna tell you the story. Mariah is going to tell us exactly what she wants, and she comes from that kind of diva, which is Aretha. Like, and I think that Aretha would be pissed if this was happening.
I mean, Aretha. She did stay pissed at everything, though. Let's be real.
I mean, she was pissed, but I'm just saying, like, she literally was like, listen, y'all, this is what I want to happen. And she was literally involved in this process of of developing this movie that's starring
But at
Jennifer
one time,
Hudson.
she also said she wanted Halle Berry to play her.
And
so
Audra. And Audra.
Exactly. So I'm not like, I love I think it's important to respect the wishes of the past and the wishes of the incredibly talented people. You know what I mean? But I think if something, I'm a little skeptical, but if something was to be done well in her honor, then it's then it could be a beautiful offering. You know what I mean? This doesn't look like it will do it justice per se, but that's just because things miss the mark. But I don't think it's a missing the mark because it's disrespectful. I just think it's, but.
Is this the one that has Audra in it, or is Audra in the Jennifer Hudson one? And which one has Rebecca Naomi Jones?
I don't know. I know Saycon is in the one that has Jennifer Hudson in it, I believe.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And Haley Kilgore, and then they're in the movie. Respect is the movie.
Respect. Okay.
So I think Rebecca Naomi Jones is in the movie. Because is she in the same? I don't know. I'm confused now.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that. I'm not saying it's disrespectful. I'm just saying that like the woman said what she wanted, and she was involved in this actual process. Like it didn't just happen posthumously. So I don't understand, and also I never understand competing events, even though it is two different. It's two different mediums, but it's like I don't understand that.
I think I'm if it's dope, I'm fucking with it.
Yeah, sure.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's dope, I'm fucking with it. So, like, I think, quite frankly, stories are told better through miniseries, people with long lives. I think actually the opportunity to tell a better story in a bio, whatever, actually would probably, if people took their time, especially the way that things are made so fast now, it's like, I actually think that actually, like, you actually have room for something to be made like limited series and like really, but I actually think like it speaks to Aretha's greatness, quite frankly, that like there are multiple, I don't necessarily believe in the quintessential way to tell, especially when it comes to which I'm a little sick of, but the biopic angle. There are so many ways to tell different versions of people's lives that I'm like, I actually love the idea of like, oh, you could see like, I would love if there were, you know, there are multiple people who played MLK, but there's only like 2, you know what I mean? Like, I would love to see different versions or different takes on certain people's lives that where you get to like cover everything and see everything if they were good. I think the way that we make things are way too fast, quite frankly, and way too quick that you're not gonna, I agree. I don't know that anything's gonna do anyone's justice because I think things become about something else as far as like actually telling the story.
Because wasn't Respect supposed to come out this year? Like I think the movie was supposed to come out. So yeah, to me it's like you got the movie coming out and this, like they were literally supposed to come out the same year, and I'm just like, it feels weird.
I personally always,
it does feel weird.
Yeah,
it does feel weird.
I love a biopic, whether it be a play or a movie, when it's not told with the involvement of when it's not from the perspective of the person themselves, because they tend to edit themselves and what they want to. I want to see it from someone from the outside. Like, give me someone who went in and interviewed that person and their entire fucking family.
If it's not giving Temptations biopic, then I don't want it. That's like, the only miniseries
I don't want to listen to Berry Gordy talk about Berry Gordy because you're not going to tell me everything.
Oh, I mean, you're not going to give me a good. But Berry Gordy to me is a little different. I think. I mean, Aretha does have the potential to just tell the whole non-truth.
People usually do when they are heavily involved in the biopic. People usually do. That's why I prefer perspective of other people, maybe the lovers of those family members, to go ahead and chime on in and say, now, from my perspective, this is what happened. You know.
Everybody needs an Otis. Everybody needs an Otis. You know, Otis told that story. He even was like the line, "Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis." It was about him, and no one was coming to see him. No one was.
He held himself accountable, but he also sort of held himself accountable as being a sort of poor father, and like talked about the drugs and talked about whatever. So if you're gonna be honest, it would be like great. But it's interesting with these biopics in general because it is, and I understand because especially in the Black community, there's a lot of untold stories, right? There's a lot of like untold history. A lot of people don't know the things that you're talking about, Jason, like Bayard Rustin. Like a lot of people don't know who the fuck he is, right? And so like a lot of people don't know just the ABCD. So you're only going to get that in a film as opposed to like, oh, but I want like the deep stuff. I want the stuff that no one gets to see, you know? And so there is this thing where we're doing.
Because in the Black community too, I think we tend to be those biopics tend to be about the legacy because we want to protect the image of that person's contribution. And I already know about the legacy. I'm not really concerned about the legacy because I think that when we make movies that protect the legacy, there always ends up being some sort of truth that's not said.
Right.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. I want to know about what contributed to you doing the legacy. I don't need to see a movie about Aretha just recording all of her hits. I want to know why she was married so many times.
Well, according to the comments, it said, Glenn ain't even in the lineup. I will say that this version does make Aretha seem like she was a straight up bitch in the preview.
Or straight up gangster. It always seems like a straight up gangster.
But a gangster, like she will be like, I told you, like you can't be poking.
Yeah, she put her finger on his.
Like, what's going on with the camera angles? Like, did they not get like an Apple box for her to stand on? Because it seemed to me that she's giving 4'11", and Aretha was like not. You know, Aretha was average height, like, which is like a good 6 inches taller than Cynthia. So I'm like, you know, was Aretha really poking her niggas in the head like that?
I mean, I wouldn't really be surprised if she.
I mean, I wouldn't either. But this is the 60s and the 70s, and they really hit bitches back then. Like, it was a whole legal thing. Like, we saw it.
They might
have done that too. That also might have happened.
So maybe the next part is her getting the shit slapped out of her by her husband. And I don't know, because in all these movies, you're like, and what's love got to do with it? You're like, goddamn, Ike was beating her ass. And Jackson 5, you're like, goddamn, Joe was cheating and beating people. Like, everybody's getting beat.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that vintage misogyny hits different.
Yeah, it hits hard. It hits hard is what it does.
Yeah, it
vintage, not vintage misogyny.
Misogyny. That vintage misogynoir. Vintage misogynoir. Yes. I guess we should move on.
To what?
Oh, are we good? Are we done? Do we have any?
I don't have any listener letters. Nobody emailed me. I don't know how to get into
their jobs.
I don't. Well, they might have done their jobs, but I don't have the email. Okay, let me actually make sure if I don't have the email address, because I don't think I have the email address. This is so ghetto. Somebody play the Nene Leakes, the ghetto. I'm over here just a hood ass host.
Darius is here. Is this what this Darius? Darius. Darius now.
Darius
Bonds is here. Do you have access to our email, Darius?
I don't know. And then listen, social. Okay, I have off-book social info, but I don't have the emails. Oh Lord God, hallelujah. Yeah, this is why on Instagram people are like, you should have your own podcast. I'm like, you're a lie. You're a whole lie. Y'all don't know what it takes. Y'all don't know what it takes. I can't get up.
I don't. So I think someone just asked if we're doing and I said what I said.
No,
we're not doing.
Unless Jason, you gotta play.
No one ever asked. No one asked. I would have done. I said what I said.
I mean, you got a library of text over there. I can do it real quick if y'all want to. Oh, I mean, if you want to, you can, or I can, because I do have a library.
I think.
Yes. Go.
What do you think? We should.
I think we should go out on. I think we should go out on a high. I think we should go on.
So you think you thought that we were going to give you a low?
Yes, I do. And honesty is the importance of a long-lasting relationship. And so, yes. So if we have no questions, we can give these last 2 minutes to ask the question. If you want to ask a question in the chats.
I want to ask. That's a good idea.
That Housewives is about to come on, so I think we should just go out.
Yes, this sideways shade. Look, all I was trying to do was take initiative, okay? I didn't say that I was good at this. I was just trying to ease the load and the burden, you know?
Look, we're all learning.
Never again. No, don't say we're all learning. Don't do that to me.
I'm just saying, if it was up to me, it would have been canceled for tonight. So, because I didn't know how to do any of this.
Well, if it was up to me, I mean, again, we're not Drew multitasking overachiever shade. So I would have probably canceled it too. But I was like, if this is going to happen, you know, a graceful, yes. I would like to see Ngozi and Elle Morgan like read each other back and forth. It would be so polite.
I feel like it would also. I feel like it would also feel a little bit inspirational, and I would have to be like, "Was that a read or was that a note that I'm supposed to receive?"
Yes,
I like it.
It would.
Maybe we'll add a section. We'll add a section.
Write a soapbox. It would be a good sketch. It would be a good sketch. I don't act like the black people. Like, write a sketch about that. You know how your black family always telling you to write something about something or sing something about something. Yeah, go ahead. Write a sketch about that for us.
Yes.
Just starring you and Elle Morgan reading.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, we leaving. We going.
All right. So
the ladies.
Okay, so y'all, we did it here. We did it here on February 14th, Valentine's Day. We hit our marks. Is that what we say? We hit our marks.
We hit our marks.
We hit our
Yeah.
mark.
So, and we'll see you next week. Jason may not, but he was wonderful, and you're a wonderful host, and we loved having you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, we loved having you. So, this is Broadway Black. I am Ngozi Ayaun.
I am Jason.
I'm Kim X. Oh,
Mommy, I want some clothes to wear.
I'm Kim Exum, and I'm a failure.
No!
Get me out of here.
We're gonna try that one more time. Okay, we can do it. I believe in us. Okay, we hit our marks. It's February 14th. We'll see you next week. I'm Ngozi Ayaun.
I'm Jason Vesey.
And I'm Kim Exum.
Okay, y'all. Much love and peace.
Thank y'all.
We did it.
Am I supposed to do this part?